Hey there, boys and girls. Time to get started again on another roll reveal. This one is number 359. 359. It is a 1951D plastic tubed roll. Got this one at a wholesaler, probably about a year ago. Been sitting in my box ever since, and I figured, well, it would probably be a good roll to go through. Looked at the top few coins, and they seem to be in pretty good shape. Have no idea what is inside. And it is about 4 or 5 minutes until we get started. How's everybody doing? Looks like we've got 2 people watching right now. Anybody want to say hi? There's Carl. How you doing, Carl? We've got this reveal plus one other reveal to do. I've not been able to do reveals over the last few days because I had an electrical issue. That has been resolved. Actually, yesterday I was unable to do reveals because I had other plans, but 2 days ago, my electrical issues were basically resolved, and here I am again. There's Stephen, James, Malcolm. How you guys doing? And so we're here right now to do the 1951 D roll. As soon as this one's over, we're going to come back and do the 1930 Philadelphia roll. This is going to be the feature roll for this past week. I decided to do these during prime time simply because, well, I figured there might be more people here. And to do them during the middle of the day is not fair to the folks who want to try to be here after work or after their daily activities. The electric, we're going to end up chasing a rabbit to figure out exactly what the electrical issue is, but the issue with my lights flickering and my power fluctuating here in the office is the fact that my printer, which is a very large printer that handles a lot of, it's a business document printer. It's a big one. It's a 15 amp push, and it's on a 20 amp breaker. 20 amp breaker also ran all of the receptacles, all of the lights, and everything in this room. So I had to move the wiring for the printer over to a different breaker, and it should work fine now. Hey Joe, how you doing, Joe? I haven't seen you in a little while, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. The 66 Make Good reveal is going to come up tomorrow, Dennis, I believe. It's either tomorrow or the next day. I do have it scheduled on paper. I don't have it up on the. I haven't had a chance yet to make the slips for it because the slips are going to be exactly the same as the other 1966 roll, and this will get sent out with the other rolls that we do. I may actually do it late tonight. Who knows? But that's basically what the issue was. Promise is a really hard thing to do, Dennis, but I will get that 66 roll done. In fact, I'll schedule it in tonight if I can do it. Stonecutter 1930 roll will be done tonight. Will be done this evening, right after this 1951 D roll. I'll have to take a few minutes break to get my coffee and get the name slips put in the flip inserts for those. But yeah, we're going to get that done this evening. I've got it scheduled at 8:30, 7:30 right now. I've got it scheduled at 8:30. Hello, Kelly. A couple of surgeries and getting over the flu. That sounds like my life, Joe. I've had my own little set of issues lately that have kept me slowed down anyway. But I'm getting back to things. I had laryngitis for a few days. I don't exactly know what caused that or anything, but I do know that my voice is more or less back to normal now. So if you like the way I sound, then good. If you don't like the way I sound, then this is just what you end up having to get used to. Okay, here's our tube. A tube and our 50 coins. Get these all stacked up nice and curtsy-like. There we go. All right, and we're going to go ahead and start. Coin number 1, Mr. Adams. What do we have for Mr. Adams? Let me get it in focus for us. And let's see. Not a bad looking coin, but it's not an RPM. Don't have any doubling on the obverse. 1951D is not especially known for double die reverses, but we will be checking at least the first 10 coins. And there's the first coin in and out of the process. And we unfortunately don't have anything on this one. So there's Mr. Adams' coin. Oh, Eric. Number 2, Kelly Michaud. Kelly is in this one. Kelly's in here right now. Here's coin number 2. Ooh, this one's... What is that? Is that a... That looks like an RPM. Let's move in on it and see. Well, that is an RPM. It's actually a quite nice one, I think. Oh, yeah. For sure. It's a beautiful RPM. Don't know what it is, but it is a very nice RPM. I'm not sure what number it is. Let me turn it up some more so you can actually see the details just a little better. Wow. That's an interesting RPM. Very nice one. One thing I did notice, though, however, is that this coin does have some fingerprinting on it, but it is a nice RPM. That's a great start on a roll. There's one for Kelly, and it has some, it looks like rolling machine issues, but it is a nice uncirculated coin, and it is a beautiful RPM. And the reverse side shows us nothing exciting. So we will keep our excitement over the obverse and put this in a variety pile for Kelly Michaud. Third coin in the roll. Coin number 3. Adam Chambers. Adam's coin. Well, not an RPM. I remember another 1951 D roll we did a couple of weeks ago. It's been a few weeks now. Turned up to have DDO number 1 in it. That was awesome. Those are nice, better value coins for sure. Okay, got no doubling there. And for anyone who might ask, why do I look at the design upside down sometimes? Well, it's just because it allows me to see the doubling in different directions than if I'm just trying to read the coin. And that plus I know what the coin says. I don't need to read it. Putting it upside down works fine. You're not looking for the letters and what it says. You're looking for shadows and how they play. And where the shadows lie, there's a nice big die crack running across the forehead on that one. But we don't have any doubling on the obverse of this coin. Let's flip it over and take a look at the reverse. And the reverse. Yeah, I've got nothing there. A few minor spots. That was for Yo Man. That's coin number 4. Now coin number 5. Coin number 5 in the roll goes to Deanne. And Deanne gets nice RPM. Very nice RPM right there. You can see the extra curve on the inside of the D toward the bottom. It's not the same as the die we have already found. So this is yet a different repunch mint mark and a nice one. And this one's for Deanne. Little die chip up there off the side of the 9. Be a good marker for this one in case we happen to run into something else that looks very similar to it. It's very unlikely that we run into something similar without it being the same thing, but just in case, it is very highly unlikely to near impossible that you're going to come up with 2 dies that have the same doubling on the mint mark and the same die chip on the 9 of the date. All right, here's coin number 6. Ant 2242. Let's see what Ant gets. And have a minor RPM on this one. This one shows in the curve to the east of the mint mark. And get it brightened up a little bit so we can see it better, and I'll show it to you. Oh, that's darker. Let's go brighter. There we go. Now you can see it. Right here, there's a little hook on the east side of the mint mark. That little hook right there tells me that is an RPM. Nice little RPM there. So we've got another RPM out of this roll. This is our third different one so far. Hey, Kelly Ray. Doing well. Right now, we're trying to get other things straightened out with the website. Not a good idea to send anything to anybody because we're not going to have time to look at it. There will be a time later that we will open back up attributions to the public and allow you guys to send coins into us for identification and photography, but right now is not a good time for that. Just hang on to everything. There, you can see it right there too. Nice little east hook. And there we go for Ant. Now coin number 7. Coin number 7 goes to Farm Dog. Let's do 3 RPMs in a row. How about that? Let's do 3 RPMs in a row. Bam, bam, and no. Not another RPM. No hub doubling on this coin on the obverse. Let's flip it over and check the reverse. I get my lighting under control here. There we go. Got nothing going on with this one for Farm Dog. So that's coin number 7. Let's move on to number 8. Yeah, that's yeah, Kelly, that's outside normal. I don't know that I would want to do that either. I get it. I will certainly help as soon as I have the ability, but right now is not that time. I want to try to get the new copper coins published for everyone to use, and once we get to that point, we may actually have photos of what you're trying to identify on the new website. It's just a matter of getting to that point. And that's probably, I mean, that's the primary reason why I quit doing attributions to begin with. Here goes one for Crispy. It was because I had so much stuff that I needed to photograph on hand. I didn't need to be accepting any packages full of stuff to photograph because I had way too much as it stood. Given that, I just shut down attributions altogether on the website until such time that I could afford the time to be able to spend with other people's coins. Part of the issue with doing something like that is that I end up photographing coins that I send away and never see again. Then I don't have the coin to actually do a side-by-side comparison with something new someone else sends in. And it just makes things a little bit more difficult when there is a high likelihood that I have a coin that matches in these piles of coins I have here. So I decided it was a better idea for me to get through the piles of coins and get them in order and get them in books so I would have the coins to do a side-by-side comparison when that time came due. Here's a buy die error, 1951D BIE. The BIE, they call it because the B and the E have a split in between where the die's been chipping away, and it looks almost like a BIE, so they call it the buy error. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people with a bunch of piles of coins ready to send to us when I decide to open attributions back up. It's going to be a little while before that happens, though. Talking about probably spending most of the remainder of this year working on the new website. But we will eventually get it in operation. There's another one, same die. This one's for Ant2242, though. Take a quick look at the reverse. Nothing of note on the reverse on this one. And that's coin number 11, now coin number 12. We did make really good progress with images this week. We have, what do you think, Eric? Maybe 350, 400 images edited for the website that we did not have a week ago. And I will let you guys know that there has been an update to the website. That update is a quiet update, meaning that it doesn't need a version change or anything. It's just a matter of doing something that makes things appear a little bit differently, especially if you use a PC. You're going to notice that when you do a search, a die search on the website, that the preview images that you see for every die are going to be about twice the size they used to be. And that was a matter of doing an update to the website, update to the programming on the website. Now, as time goes on, we will make sure that we have nice, big, clear images for all of those. But right now, I would steer you in the direction of doing a die search for 1961 RPMs, and just take a look at the first 15 or so. And this one's roll ender or something. It's not a very pretty coin. Looks like this one has been included into the roll. That's not good. DRS, I'm going to give you a credit on this one. Let me go ahead and write that down with the other credits that I'm going to issue this week. Let's see, 359. Was that supposed to be 359? 357 and 58. 359. DRS. Okay. Got DRS in there. Here's Sissy. Sissy's coin is, well, it's not one of the RPMs that we have been finding in this roll. Let's see what else we can find with this. See if there's anything of interest on here. Nothing that I can see on the obverse. Let's flip it over to the reverse real quick and check the reverse. Very late die state reverse. Yeah, nothing there. You were in there yesterday and looking at the 61s. Yeah, that's we're working on getting all of the photos on the website to that level. It's taken us quite a bit of time. There's 3 of us working on it full time, or nearly full time. There is another RPM. That's a pretty one. That's one I haven't picked out of this roll yet. There's a really nice 51 D over D north. And you can see it pretty clearly right there. Get this thing focused in very well for you. There we go. You can see that there is an extra upper serif here along with a very faint upper curve right here. This is a hit on the mint mark. That's not part of it. The RPM is actually just right up in here, and then there's also right here, you can see it curving back in. Nice little RPM there. So that's a nice one. That's for penny hoarder. And when Eric says that we added 54 dies, basically what that means is for every die state of every different die, we're calling that a die. So if we added die state images for early die state and mid die state for a given die, then we would call that added 2 dies. So it's really 2 sets of photos. It's another really nice RPM. That's the same one that's got the chip on the 9. This one's for Frank, and Frank is here. Congratulations, Frank. You got yourself a really nice 1951 DRPM. All right, let me back out so that we can get back to business the right way. Turn my light back down a little bit here. go. There, see, now we can still see everything. Check the reverse on this one for Frank. I think it's going to be normal because it's, well, same die pair as we've seen before already in this roll. Very nice one. Very nice RPM there. Here's coin number 17. Coin number 17. Let's see what coin number 17 is. And it is... This one could possibly be a very minor split lower serif RPM, because that lower serif looks a little bit extra thick, but it's not much. If it is. Check the reverse on this one real quick. And I see nothing there. I'm going to put this one in a possible pile for Yo Man. And move on to coin number 18. Coin number 18 is this 1951D. And we, once again, appear to have a normal coin for Jeff. Nothing there. Let me flip it over and take a look at the other side. Have I found many 61D over horizontal D, or did you get lucky? You got lucky. I have, I believe, found in the wild out of rolls probably a dozen of those over 40 years. Not very many. I mean, you get the right pile of coins, you're going to, you get the right group of rolls, you're probably going to find plenty of them. But I've not been quite that lucky. Kelly, did you get those out of a roll that I sent to you, or was it someone else? Same die there. We see that die scratch above Liberty. A big die crack on the shoulder. So this is another normal coin. For penny hoarder here. Now coin number 20, Paul Hampton. 9 BU from an OBW roll, 61D over horizontal D. Did you get that roll from me by chance? Or do you remember? Ooh, there's another nice RPM. That's one of those really pretty ones. This one goes to Paul Hampton. Beautiful RPM there. It looks like 3 Ds. About a box of 10 rolls on eBay. Okay. Well, that's a really cool buy right there. You got yourself some pretty RPMs out of it, that's for sure. I really like the 61D over horizontal. All right, that's coin number 20. Coin number 20 was a nice RPM. Here is coin number 21 for Mr. Adams. Coin number 21 for Mr. Adams brings us back to Earth. It's just a normal 1951D. Well, this one does have the buy error, so good consolation prize. And here's number 22, Crispy Mofo, 1776. This one is a minor split lower serif RPM, so just like the other one was that I had suspected earlier, it is a minor split lower serif RPM, but I don't know if this is going to be something that's listable. I appreciate it, Kelly. You have a great evening, sir. Yeah, this was for Crispy. Now number 23, Malcolm. And another one of the really beautiful RPMs for Malcolm. That's a super RPM right there. Really like that. And this one's for Malcolm. Now number 24. Coin number 24 goes to Sureg. And Sureg will pick up Yeah, it looks like it's going to turn out to be a normal coin. Oh, it's one of the buy errors. Let's see what I've got over here for a marker that'll show me it's a buy error. It's got that dot at the vest below the D. I can handle that. So I don't know if buy errors are common or scarce for 1951D, but I've got a number of people in this roll who now own one. Let's see what Eric gets. Eric gets an RPM. This is a D over D East. It's a real pretty one. It has a very faint bar on the inside of the mint mark, and then it's got that hook out to the east right there. You can actually see most of the curve of the secondary RPM. It's kind of lightly punched, but it's a nice one. And that's for Eric. A couple little spots here and there. Nothing too bad. Yeah, number 26. Chris Hurley. Let's see what Mr. Hurley picks up. Yeah, it looks like this one is going to turn out to be a normal coin. Yeah. Normal one. Now number 27, Jeff Dunn. Jeff gets one of our really pretty RPMs. That looks like a D over D over D. Very nice. It's got at least 3 Ds on it. All right. There we go for that. That's going to keep Eric busy. Number 28, Sissy. And Sissy gets, well, another one of the East RPMs. There you can see it more completely there. You can see almost the entire secondary mint mark. It's just very weak. But it's definitely there. Just like the coin I just pulled for Eric. Very nice one for Sissy. Now number 29, Deanne. And Deanne gets it looks like a normal one. Yeah, it's one of the buy errors. So if I look back over here again, yeah, see, this is kind of what I'm looking at, but it's not easily discernible. It's there. It's like a little die mark of some sort, a gouge. This is turning out to be a pretty nice roll, that's for sure, Stephen. Here's Eric again. What do we get for Eric? And Eric gets... Looks like Eric gets a normal coin out of this part of the roll. Yeah, it's got that die scratch above Liberty. We've seen that before. This is an original roll. It's a nice one. Number 31 now. Chris Hurley again. And this time Chris gets, same die that Eric just got. It's going to have that die scratch over Liberty. Right there. And it is another normal coin. How about number 32? Number 32, Frank. Frank, same die again. Same die again. There it is. Die scratch above the Liberty. Another normal coin. Another normal one. That's for Frank. How about number 33? Stephen? What do we see here? This has got our East RPM right here. This one's the nice looking East RPM. It's a almost a full shaped RPM, but it's weak. It's not easy to see. It's not real hard to see, but it's not easy. There's that. Now coin number 34. 34 now, Deanne. Deanne with coin number 34, and coin number 34 turns out to be, see if I can pick this, not the buy error. Well, normal die. How about number 35 now? Number 35 goes to Stone Cutter. Stone Cutter for coin number 35. Let's see what he gets. It's the same die as, well, it's the one that's got the scratch above Liberty. Right there. Nothing special about it, though, unfortunately. Run into a few of these. Let's look at coin number 36 now. 36 for Kelly. Kelly is gone, but, yeah, his coin is a normal one, too. So it's got the scratch above Liberty. Right there. NG Crowell, you have to actually buy the spots during the Tuesday auction. Buy them during the Tuesday auction. They get scheduled in, and then you get them during this show. There is a RPM that I don't think we've seen the likes of in this roll before. Very nice looking one. Very heavy, but soft D to the east. Very nice looking one. I like this. This one's to Frank. Frank, you're getting lucky, buddy. You're getting some good stuff. Let's check out coin number 38, Paul Hampton. And Paul, it's going to have the die scratch above Liberty. That's it for that one. Coin number 39 now. Coin number 39, Sureg. What does Sureg get? I think this is... this one might be the... no, it's not the buy error. So it's just going to be well, it is the buy error. And look, there's a clash of the C right there. You can see the C from Cent right here. I didn't realize that. The first one of those I've actually seen that particular anomaly on. But yeah, I keep missing my die marker, so my die marker is no good. But this is one of the buy error coins. That's a nice one. Check out number 40. This one's for Yo-Man. See if Yo-Man gets anything out of this. And looks like nothing. Like nothing of consequence. It is a buy error. It's one of the buy coins. There's your clash mark next to the Y. Now number 41. Been through number 40, looking for 41 now. 41 is for Eric. And Eric gets a beautiful East RPM. Very nice looking East RPM there. Well, these are well worth what you paid for them, that's for sure. Just for the opportunity to be able to pull a 1951 DRPM that's that nice. These things are $15 coins. All right, let's do coin number 42 now. 42 for Malcolm. What's Malcolm got? Well, looks like Malcolm might end up with a buy error. Is that what this one is? No. This is a normal die. Normal. Not the kind of normal, but the really normal. The very normal. Alright, that's for Malcolm. Let's take a look at the next coin. Number 43, also for Malcolm. And, well, you would think one right after the other he'd end up with something, but got skunked on those two coins. Got the buy error out of it, but that's it. Just the buy error. about number 44? Ant 2242. And that is a split upper serif and lower serif. Split serif's RPM. It's rather minor, but it is a split serif's RPM. And this one has the byte error, so evidently all the rest of them have that split upper serif. I've just noticed the split upper serif on those. So all those other ones with the byte error are a minor RPM. So you can count how many of those you've seen in this roll and add to the number of varieties we get at the end. We're probably at about half the roll. Just about half the roll. Crispy. Let's see what Crispy gets. Well, Crispy has one of the East RPMs. It's one of the more minor East RPMs, but it has a big hit right on the mint mark. Kind of takes away a little bit from the RPM, but it is definitely the RPM. Now number 46. 46 DRS. Tomorrow we're going to have two rolls that are actually an RPM collector's stash. Guy collected RPMs for years, and what he did, instead of putting the coins in any sort of order in tubes or anything, he put them all into a bag. The bag was purchased by a dealer. The dealer had his wife roll them up into 50 coin rolls, and these were sent out at complete random to me as to what would be in them. Every roll has contained a very nice collection of RPMs and toned coins. Few really nice toned coins in some of these. Here's our East RPM. Nice little East RPM right there. This one's going to Paul Hampton. But that roll, there's two rolls that we're going to do tomorrow. All of the photographs of RPMs and the header image for that particular video were of coins that came from these rolls. I bought a pretty large hoard of rolls, and I ended up opening about 15 of them to get a good idea of what was inside. And that's where those rolls are coming from, is the remainder of the 85 rolls I have not opened. I grabbed two of them to do reveals on. The only reason I did two was because during the reveal sales the other day, they were so popular, I went right through two rolls of them. So I figured, yeah, I can do two rolls. What we're going to do is we're going to send these coins to you, give you a chance to identify what they are. Here's Stephen A. Stephen A gets one of our beautiful RPMs. Beautiful D over D over D. That has got to be like one of the first four listed. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't think it's number 1. I think I remember what 51D number 1 looks like, so I don't think this is number 1. But I can't remember for sure. My brain doesn't let me remember as much as I used to, so I have to go to books. Okay, so the RPMs in this roll, I didn't get any double dies, but the RPMs in this roll are pretty plentiful. Now, there are more in the stack. These are just the ones I did pull out during the show. So it's 50, 45, 44, 41, 37, 33, 28, 27, 25, 23, 20, 17, 16, 15, 6, 5, and 2. That's what I pulled during the show. Here's all the other coins that I pulled out during the show. And that's what we've got for this time around. If you give me about 25 minutes, I'll be back with the feature roll of the week, which is the 1930 Philadelphia roll. Go out in the channel and find the show for coin reveal number 360. Number 360 is what we'll be doing next. I'll see you guys then, about 25 minutes or so.